Hello, how's it going? Welcome back. I have my Tamiya Heavy Dump Truck, which is an RC I absolutely love, even though when I first built it and drove it, I didn't like it at all. But more on that. I think everybody in the RC community should have an RC like this. Now, not necessarily a Tamiya Heavy Dump Truck or even a Tamiya, but something ridiculous and fun and stupid, because the RC hobby is often really quite serious. I recently started racing for the first time this year, for the first time in 17 years. That's pretty serious. You get things like the Arma Infraction, who can do 80 miles an hour out of the box. That's serious. And of course you've got high-end, large scale stuff, or high-end scale stuff, realistic scale stuff, which can cost considerably more than most people's monthly income. That is really serious. So what you need as an antidote to that is something a bit daft. And that's exactly what this is. These are wonderful. RCs like this are wonderful because it doesn't matter what speed you're doing, it doesn't matter what capability it has or hasn't, it's just a laugh. At the end of the day, this is a radio controlled chuckle. That's what it is, and it's brilliant at it. Now, when I mentioned when I first built it, I didn't like it. The reason being is I had no idea. Look how short this wheelbase is. Look at it, it's tiny. I had no idea how small it was. So I was like, oh, I need a 4-wheel drive basher, that's what I want. And I want something unusual, not an Arma, something light, a little bit different, or something a little bit funkier. So I looked at this, just looked like it ticked all the boxes. I built it, and the alarm bell started going off as soon as I saw the size of it. I've upgraded it all, it's got oil-filled shocks and bearings and such. I fitted a brushless system, 3900 kV SMD system, and it completely just didn't suit this car whatsoever, or this truck whatsoever. It was useless. You couldn't go anywhere near the throttle. It was a night. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be daft and not really capable and just a laugh, but there is a limit to how much fun you can have with it if you're constantly cautious, because you couldn't go anywhere near the throttle. It was just useless. It was useless. Now it's useless in a good way. Like the Lunchbox is useless in a good way. This is running a Holmes Hobbies 27-ton brush motor, and you know what? It still wheelies, it still endos, it still does everything it needs to, and it's probably the most fun RC I have, really. Certainly in contention for it. It's fantastic, and it doesn't need any more power than that. Speaking of power, last thing I want to talk about, I've replaced the ESC. This, since the second time I used it on brushed power, kept on losing power, kept on basically dropping to, I don't know, a quarter or a fifth power. It would hardly do any more than walking speed because of the really short wheelbase, and because it's top heavy, it was still wheeling, but I'd have to keep constantly switch it off, reset the ESC, come back again. I don't think it's the motor. That's not really a motor symptom, more of an ESC symptom, the fact that I had to reset it all the time. Also, brushed motors either work or they don't. They're infinitely reliable usually, unless you get crud in them. It just doesn't seem like a motor thing. And it's a Holmes Hobbies motor. They're robust, they're really well made. They're probably the best brushed motors on the market. So I don't think it's the motor. It is Hobbywing 1060 ESC. I've used loads of them, never had an issue. If it was the ESC, I suspect it was. That's the first Hobbywing 1060 I've ever had go wrong. I've replaced it with a Hobbywing 1060, which is showing a mark of how confident I am in them. Finally, to ratchet up the ridiculousness and the fun factor, I've taken this truck to a place it doesn't belong, a car park. This thing's an off-roader, it's useless on tarmac, which is why we're on tarmac. I like this thing when it's out of its depth. I even really like the noise it makes when the wheelie bar hits the ground. Don't know why, it just makes me chuckle. So let's have a laugh. Right then, is the power issue sorted? As you can see, it doesn't really need any more power, does it? Not even slightly. Oh yeah. Oh. Perfect. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, saved it. I wonder if I can try and endo it without doing that. Is that possible? I'm sure it's possible, but can I do it? Yeah, yeah. There you go. Nope. Now this is the GF01 chassis. The bigger brother, the G601 chassis, the 6x6, is just as mental. Even more ridiculous looking, especially with the boss body shell, the King Yellow. Doesn't really like this one, of course. I was going no speed whatsoever there and it still fell over. Okay. Now, look at this place. It's supposed to be completely empty and abandoned after COVID. But that window there, where my finger is, so it's the, let me see the taller building, you've got 1, 2, 3 rows of windows above the ground floor. So you got the ground floor and then you got the 3 rows of 4 windows. The far left, so right where I'm pointing on the camera, looks like it's got a light on. Might need to do some investigating while I'm here. Now I can see 2 lights on in that window. Ah. Oh, can I get back up there? Yes, yes I can. Right, now I know I said I brought this here because it would be really out of its depth and a bit of a laugh, but this actually would be a really cool place to run a bunch of on-roads, to have an impromptu race. That'd be quality, a big line of touring cars or something. It's mental how this place is completely empty, apart from whatever's going on over there with those two lights. Don't worry, I will have a look. Right, rock crawler, rock crawler. Rock crawler. Hell yeah, that counts. That's definitely rock crawling. Ha! Perfect. Oh, what the what? There's somebody here. What? Okay. Just making a racket. Just making some noise, you know. Properly echoing around the place. There are more lights on that floor. Maybe that's a hallway rather than a room. I wonder where that truck went. Fly tipping, maybe. Right, you stay there. We're going to have a look at this. A little close look. That truck. There's a main road just past the bushes. That truck just drove past again, that way. It was I say a truck, it was a Land Rover or something, towing a trailer. I just wonder, did it use this as a roundabout? Did it go in, turn around and come back? I mean, it must be two exits. I think he just used it as a turning point. Random. There's something reflective up there, unless there's another light on up there. But there are... Oh, I can't see from here. Hold on. Look! You see that? Lights. There and there. There are more behind that one that I can see, but maybe not on camera. From further back, I don't think the camera can pick up. But there are... They closed this down when the COVID pandemic hit because they were like, oh, everybody can work from home now, and they just didn't pay for it. And somebody left the bloody lights on, and then you're paying for that, or somebody's paying for that, or somebody isn't paying for that. Very interesting. I just want to break in. No, I don't want to. Let me rephrase that. I want to explore. I love the idea, in fact, of exploring empty and abandoned places. So yeah, this is fascinating to me. Good RC video this, you know. Open sesame. No it won't. Oh well. I knew it wouldn't. This is so cool though. Touring car racing around here. Oh, let's go and find another bit to bash the truck. It's a big bus park. How many people work here if you need a bus shelter this big? There's some more lights on over there. This building behind, so we were over there. This building behind has dozens of lights on, but it is empty. The whole place is empty. Somebody has forgotten to turn the lights off in this place, and it's been empty for 2 years plus. Yeah, since 2020, I believe. Yay for incompetence. Pallets are valuable, you know. my bad. That is going to be damp and mouldy inside now. You've left that cracked open for 2 years plus, and this is Scotland. We don't look at that one, right open. I mean, that's a huge open area, so it wouldn't matter so much, but yes, you might have pigeons living in there now, to be fair. Yeah, this is Scotland. We don't do dry, arid conditions. We do mould, wet, damp. Well done. Whoever's in charge of locking the place up, switching all the lights off, good work. It's good, isn't it? I know it's not going to be to everybody's taste, I know. Some folk would look at this and go, why would you want an RC car that does about 3 miles per fortnight? It's just light-hearted, is what it is. It's light-hearted, and with that comes just fun. It's just fun. Yeah, I really like it, I do. And now it's time for me to leave this place and go and obtain the magic elixir known as coffee. See you later.